I will be holding your hand when I say all of these hard truths that I genuinely believe that every woman needs to hear going into 2025. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm just going to give it to you guys straight, and just hopefully, if it feels triggering to hear right now, hopefully later down the road, it'll be in the back of your mind and you will look back and you'll hear my thoughts and everything I have to say, and hopefully you won't be as triggered. The first one being that the friends that you are going into 2025 will not be the same friends that you're going to leave with in 2025. And it's not to say that they're horrible women or they're jealous or they might hate you. I mean, maybe they could, that could be the case. But if you are somebody who is serious about wanting to do better for yourself, maybe you have goals that just don't align with a lot of other people, and that's okay. A lot of the times what ends up happening is that you will outgrow those friends. A really common theme that I'm seeing, at least within my friends, or like the group of friends that I had after college, after high school, is that they took completely different routes. And for someone like me who has started a business, my priority is my business. All the money that I make, it's always just going to be saved. Whereas I have so many of my friends, they are traveling, they are posting it all over social media. They look like they are just living the life. And the thing with me is, like, yes, it'll make me feel a certain way. It'll make me feel behind, but I know at the end of the day, I'm going to get there, but it's going to be at a different pace. It's going to be at a different level of patience. But keep in mind that all the interests that you have right now are probably going to change as time goes on. You're going to see that you just might not feel that same level of enjoyment hanging out with these certain friends. Maybe you just find that your energy is just being slowly drained and you're just not feeling it. So be prepared to lose some friends. And I am praying that it's not in a bad way where it's like a pure like friendship breakup and it's painful. And I'm hoping it's not that case, but it's going to happen, and that's okay. It's just a hard truth that you should know now than later. My next hard truth is your fitness goals are valid even if it's different than what everybody else is doing. And I know this is crazy coming from a fitness coach who helps women snatch their waist, grow their glutes, lose weight. It's okay if that's not your goal though. Like maybe to some degree it is, but at the end of the day, you just want a healthier relationship with food. You just want a healthier relationship with you and your body. It's okay if the thought of losing weight right now is pretty overwhelming, but you can handle and stomach the idea of just wanting to get stronger in the gym. Maybe just learning how to track your macros. It's okay if you are done being obsessed with the scale, you are tired of it. Trust me, I get that. And something that I personally believe is you can have a positive relationship with your body and still want to change it. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. The next hard truth is you need to decenter yourself from men. Stop making men your priority. Stop thinking about what your crush, your boyfriend, or your partner wants. Stop making their lives the center of your life. I don't know what it is you have to do. Maybe make a vow with yourself that you are just not going to have those late nights with them. You're not going to respond to those you up texts or what are you doing when it's like 9 p.m. at night. You got to tell yourself that this is the year that you are putting yourself first. You don't need men in order to have a fulfilling life. Maybe to some degree you do if you plan on having kids one day, but what is the point of doing that if you're not even happy with yourself? If you haven't even reached the goals that you wanted first? Like delete the dating apps, delete anybody who was a potential date in 2024, because let's be honest, if you have been talking for more than 1 or 2 weeks and it just hasn't been feeling like it's going anywhere, you're still stuck in the talking stages, whatever the case, then it's just not it. And the main reason why women never really reach their goals, why they sacrifice certain things for other men, is because we are not placing that same level of priority on ourselves. I promise you will still get married one day. I promise you are not going to be alone forever, but you only get one chance of chasing something that is important to you. And if you find someone in between that journey who is supporting you, who is pushing you forward, well, then that's a double whammy. You got the support and a man. But until then, decenter yourself from men. The next hard truth is your worth is not defined by the number on the stick. This is actually something that has been a little bit harder for me to also try and stop doing, because I have gone through a deficit recently. I'm still kind of in the midst of it, but usually around the holidays, I kind of jump back into maintenance just so I can enjoy eating a little bit more food, eating out. But it's so easy to think that you're doing all the right things, that you are eating your protein, you're staying within your calories, you are working out 5 days a week, and then you jump on the scale and it's either A, no changes, or B, it went up. And it's so easy to think that what is the point in constantly trying if you're not getting anywhere on the scale? And that is the biggest mistake you could be doing, because there are so many other things that define who you are. Because I guarantee when you leave this world, no one's going to remember what size you were. No one's going to remember how much you weighed on the scale, but they will remember how you treated them. They will remember the legacy that you left behind. And that in itself is what you should be focusing on. The next hard truth is, if nothing changes, nothing changes. Meaning, if you are still carrying on the same habits that didn't serve you in 2024 and bringing them with you into 2025, guess what? It's another year. It's not a new year. You gotta be willing to try different things. You gotta get outside of your comfort zone. And the thing with comfort zone is, in a weird way, it is your body trying to protect you, because anything new and unfamiliar, your brain is kind of just like, what are we doing? This is a little bit too much. We gotta slow it down. That's gonna be the first thing that ends up happening. But that's when you know that you gotta tell your brain, like, hey, we're going to be okay. We just got to try this one thing. If we really don't like it, we will take it out. Like 9 times out of 10, it's something that you have been avoiding to do. And that's why you are still stuck where you are now. If you want to see the changes in yourself that you've been telling yourself that you need to be doing, that you keep telling yourself, I'm going to lose the weight, I'm going to apply for that new job, I'm going to break up with my toxic boyfriend who in this toxic relationship, you gotta just do it. It's uncomfortable. It's not familiar, but the more you do it, the easier it will get. Because like I said, when something's unfamiliar, our body's like, let's take a step back. But the more you do it, the more you realize, like, hey, that actually wasn't that bad. Let's keep running it. I have a whole video for this next thing that I want to talk about motivation. But let's get something so clear, okay? Motivation is something that is so temporary that you gotta just let it go. Because how many times have you woken up for work feeling absolutely motivated to go to work? How many times have you gotten out of bed just so motivated to brush your teeth? How many times have you been motivated to go do the dishes because you are out of silverware? Very little, right? You only do things when you know that the cost of it, of not doing it, is bigger. You don't brush your teeth, you're going to get bacteria in your mouth, you're going to get infections. You don't go to work, you don't get paid. You don't do your dishes, you don't have a clean dish to eat out of. You need to have that same mentality when it comes to you and your health. Yes, you may not see the effects of it right away or the feeling of it, but a year's going to go by and you're just going to be like, how did I gain 50 pounds in a year? Or even something like, how do I look the same after a year? If we all stuck to our fitness goals at the same level that we pay our taxes, because you know the fear of not wanting to go to jail for not doing so, you wouldn't miss a day at the gym. We live in a world where everything is just quick gratification. We order something on Amazon, it's in our house within 2 days. We need some new clothes, we can just go shopping and get new clothes. So in a world of quick gratification, do this one thing that has delayed pleasure, delayed gratification, because it's the one thing that you are going to do that you will feel so proud of yourself even when you're in the middle of it, because you'll look back to January 1st and at least be like, I'm glad I didn't give up. I'm glad I gave it a second chance. And you have to do whatever it is you have to do to make that happen. You need to wake up in the morning for the gym. You better be in bed by 8 or 9 p.m. You want to get that promotion at work? Then you better start every morning at work doing the right things that it's going to get you there and get you noticed. My next hard truth is, stop calling yourself lazy when you are taking a rest day. And I'm not talking rest day where like if you're sick, but actually you just don't feel like doing anything. Because 6 out of 7 days, I can imagine that you are on your feet, you are constantly thinking about 20 different things at the same time. And there might be just one day where your brain is just like, I need a break. And that's when you take the day to just do a brain rot day. You got to understand that rest is not earned. but it is a necessity. And if you don't give yourself those rest days to honor that, your body is going to force you to one way or another. And typically it's because you get sick. So instead of waiting for that point to happen, just schedule in a rest day every single week. My last hard truth, and this is more fitness related, but your dream body, your physique, whatever you are envisioning as the ultimate goal in 2025, it's not going to come from quick fixes. I don't care how popular the carnivore diet is right now, how exciting keto might sound. If these are things that you cannot do long term, then don't do it. If something sounds too good to be true, like take this weight loss pill and drop 20 pounds in a month, it probably is too good to be true. I don't care how many miles you run every single day. I don't care how little you eat. If it did work, it would have by now. So instead of wasting all of your time, your energy, everything into these quick fixes, just do it right, doing it the long but real way, and see the results come. And this doesn't even have to apply to fitness. This can apply to everything in life. If you are trying to start a business, stop looking for the shortcuts and working with the people who are going to give you those quick fixes. Just do the boring work. No one wants to do the boring work, but the boring work is what's going to get you there. If you had the guarantee that a year from now, you're going to be exactly where you want to be, you're going to be at the goal weight that you've been wanting to be, like, would it really seem so hard? Like if someone were to say, hey, on January 11th, 2026, this is how life is going to look for you if you do X, Y, and Z. Are you still going to doubt it? I would think not. So then just do the things that you have to do. Do the boring steps to get you there. I'm going to stop it right here, but if you want some more hard truth, or you found that this was actually everything that you needed to hear, let me know and we can do like a part 2 to this. But as always, make sure you subscribed if you haven't, and I will see you in the next video.